अरिहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तिन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाय स्तुति को उच्चारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम्ही से काज सब आज भयो कर जोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। हो मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। So, many have not joined. Just let's wait for a minute or two. Okay. So we were discussing this conventional viewpoint. Yes, this is what we were. So this is where we left off in the last class. And 1 minute, I'm just sharing the screen. Yes. So we discussed in the last class, I also shared one another chart in color, So there also, this is all things that we explained in the last class have been mentioned in there. But we have got since we have got a PowerPoint presentation, so we chose to share this PowerPoint presentation on this conventional viewpoint. There were 4 divisions of conventional viewpoint, starting from figurative, non-existent, conventional point of view. That was number 1. Number 2, literal, non-existent, conventional point of view. Number 3, existent, conventional point of view. And number 4, literal, existent, conventional point of view. Okay, so these 4 we discussed in the last class. So now we will continue with that. This was the slide that we stopped the last time. And this is number 4 that we were discussing. Number 4 was literal, existent, conventional point of view. Okay. So existent means Sadbhut and non-existent means Asadbhut. So in the first Nay, we did that much that all the external objects, okay, we did a discriminative knowledge between all the external objects and our external object. So when we say our external object means my home, my car, my family, my parents, my children, mine, okay. So that was number 1. So that number 1 point of view did so much for us that he enabled us to discriminate between all other external substances and limit us ourselves to only our external substances. Okay, so that was number 1. When we came to number 2, okay, which was literal, anupcharit. Again, asadbhut, non-existent, vyavhar, conventional, nai, point of view. So when we came to literal non-existent conventional point of view, the subject matter was the body and the karma. So when we came to number 2, we left behind all the external substances. Okay. My family, my car, my home, everything, my business, everything. So we were only concerned with body and the 8 karmas, material karmas. Okay. Then we move on to third number. Okay. Which was Sadbhut Vyavarne. Okay. Existent, conventional point of view. Okay. So that again has two broad divisions. Number 3 is figurative, existent, conventional point of view. Okay. And number 4 is literal, existent, conventional point of view. So when we move on to number 3, which was figurative, existential, conventional point of view, Upcharit, Sadbhut, Vyavhar, Nai, the point of discussion was 100% toxic modifications, 100% impure modification, and the other part was partial pure modification. Okay. So number 3 did that much that he also left our body and our karma outside. So that much discrimination was done by number 2, and then we move on to the 3. Then that 2 also was very far from us. So we came to our own modifications. And those modifications are of 2 types. One is impure modification and the other one is partial pure modification. So the soul was considered to be a doer of 100% impure modification. That is our 100% toxic emotions. And the second part was, B part was partial pure modification. So when I say 100% toxic emotions, what example you would give, Subha?
Kashai.
Yes, very good. Kashai. Okay. And when I say partial pure modification, what would you consider?
Right belief, right knowledge, right conduct.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. So you didn't attend the last class, but your understanding is very good. Okay. So that was the third number point of view, conventional point of view. Okay. Now moving on to the fourth. All these we have covered through PowerPoint presentation in the last class. Rajesh, you were able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Did you revised it after the class?
I read the Hindi book and I went to the YouTube to hear 2-3 people
Okay.
who were talking on Nyaya and Nishchaya Vyavhar.
Right,
So
right.
I just went on that also.
So now again,
But,
if you read our presentation, now it will be
yeah.
clear, I suppose, right?
Yeah, but sir, we want the book, sir, which we can take a printout.
Yeah. I'm sending across. It's not ready yet. Okay.
Oh, no problem. Yeah.
So until time, this PowerPoint presentations, you don't take out because you can just look at it from laptop or mobile. But the textbook that I will be sending across maybe in 3-4 days time, that you should take a printout so that in the exams you can answer from the textbook. Okay. So this
Yes, sir.
PowerPoint presentation, you manage soft copy only. I am also
Yeah.
not printout because all these are color. Even if I take a black and white, it will not be that good. And okay, so in the book it is covered, everything is covered. So the fourth point, we come to the fourth point. Anupcharit Sadbhut Vyavhar Nai, literal existence, conventional point of view. And again, there are two components, A and B. A is 100% pure modification. So in number 3, we included only partial pure modification. Okay. So partial pure modification could be right belief, right knowledge, right conduct. But here it is 100% pure modification. So then it will be omniscience knowledge, then complete perception, infinite perception, infinite bliss, and infinite power. All these are 100% pure modification. So that was part A. And part B was making distinctions of attributes. Okay, like knowledge, perception, power, and then so forth, bliss, all this, conduct. So we have infinite attributes, and making distinctions of attributes was part of the number 4B. Okay, so now we have four conventional point of view. Okay, so this is the fourth one that we were discussing, and this is only the conclusion of the fourth one. So what this particular point of view does is it conveys that our soul has also retained its absolute purity despite being ensnared by karmas. Okay, so karmas were there, but our property, they remain the same. Okay, the purity of the property remains the same. It has retained its absolute purity. Okay, so this fourth number conventional point of view tells us that your infinite property has retained its absolute purity. Okay, despite being ensnared by the karmas. Okay, the second important point was not a single attribute has been marred or scratched by its existence with matter. Okay, so those are two different things. Matter is another substance, and this attribute of the soul is pure soul substance. Okay, so they, not a single attribute has been destroyed, scratched, or marred by its existence, coexistence with karmas and the matter. Okay, so this is the second important point. The third point, this dispels feeling of helplessness and despair. There is no reason to be depressed because you are a mass of infinite attributes, and those infinite attributes exist in the soul all the time. Since time immemorial, we have been to one sense, we have been to the smallest living being like Nigod Jeev, we have been to hell. Okay, till then our infinite attributes remained infinite. Okay, not a single attribute has gone out of us. Okay, so this feeling, this dispels feelings of helplessness. We are not helpless, we are complete in ourselves. Okay, you should take the joy of complete in yourself, each and every soul, not only the souls that are studying the scriptures. No, each and every soul, whether you are ignorant or knowledgeable, whether you are Jain or non-Jain, whatever it might be. As a soul, we are all equal, and we are all infinite mass of attributes. Okay, we are complete in ourselves. Okay, so this sense of belonging dispels feeling of helplessness and despair. There is no reason to be in despair, in depression, in negative feelings. No, evoking a sense of contentment and joy. I am possessing this. Like in the worldly existence, a person who is wealthy, you can see his aura, his confidence. Why? Because he is considering himself to be the owner of that wealth. Actually, the wealth does not touch the soul. The wealth does not belong to the soul. Okay? Soul as a entity is only a knower. It has got no other function. Okay? So, but in spite of that, he is having so much of wealth. So his confidence, his arrogation, pride, all these are always there. Similarly, when you understand that you are a pure soul and not the body, not the looks, not the wealth, your existence does not include all these things. These are all external things. You are a pure soul. The same soul who was in hellish being, the same soul as now here. Okay, there is no difference in the unchangeable nature of the soul. You are complete in yourself. So understanding in this manner evokes a sense of contentment and joy. We are so elevated because we are complete in ourselves. We have lost nothing. Because of ignorance, because of passions, because of karmas, all these could not influence our inherent nature. Okay, that is the biggest positive. Even if we don't believe ourselves to be soul, we don't become body, we don't become karmas, we don't become temporary emotions. No, we are complete in ourselves all the time. As we now understand that we have remained undisturbed and untainted. Okay. So pure passionlessness is my true nature. My knowledge has the potential for omniscience, and not only one attribute like knowledge, I have got infinite attributes, and each attribute has its independent function to perform, and it is performing without any help from anybody else. So that's independent entity is what I am. Okay, I have infinite attributes that are my true wealth. So this is just a repetition of what we did the last time. Now the next new slides uh, summarizing the four conventional point of view. Okay, the 4 point of view discussed fulfill their roles in revealing the existence of the soul through various perspective. Why we need to understand this various perspective? Can anyone answer? Jayashree, I would ask you only. Tell me.
So that we go to a better uh, thinking of ourselves. We should stop thinking about the body and
Yeah.
start thinking about the soul and grow from there.
Mhm. Because in Jinvani, soul has been said from different perspective. Okay. So to know all those perspective, we have discussed all the different aspects belonging to the soul. Although soul is of one type only, but due to the existence of the body along with the soul, it was being depicted in different manners. Okay, so this is my wealth, this is my family, this is my car, this is my home. So these are all conventional statements, it's not the real statement. But still the whole Jinvani is full of conventional statements. In terms of percentage, if we see, 99% we have conventional statements and 1% only real statement. Because in real, there is nothing more to explain. You have to just accept it, possess it, and that's all. Okay. So the 4 points of view discussed fulfill their roles in revealing the existence of the soul through various perspectives. Okay, each of them serves a distinct purpose. Okay, every point of view serves a distinct purpose. Like number one stopped possession of all the external objects and limited us to our family, our wealth, our home, our car, our business. That much work number one did. When we came to number two, the objects were points of discussions were body and the karma. So we left our own possessions like family, wealth, car, home outside. And we said only we belong, the body and the karma belongs to me. Then when we went to number three, another level of discriminative knowledge where we discarded the body and karma and labeled them as outsiders. And I am the modification of the soul. And in that modification, we considered impure modifications 100% and partial pure modification. Okay. And then when you further to the fourth level, number four, okay, there that partial pure modification becomes 100% pure modification and the distinction of attributes. Okay, so gradually we are moving towards the pure soul. So all these four statements depicted the nature of soul in different manners from different perspectives. All these are necessary because the Jinvani is full of these conventional statements. Every now and then it is being said that I am the doer of this anger, I am the doer of this greed, I am the doer of this right belief. So these statements are made. But we have to understand the real point of view. That soul is not the doer. So but then why it is being said? It is being said from the conventional point of view. Why? To give responsibility that you are the doer of this. So removing this passions and toxic emotions is your responsibility. Okay. So each and every point of view had a purpose. And the purpose was you understand the soul from different perspective, so that whatever you read in Jinvani, there are three blemishes that occurs in a false knowledge. The first one is doubt. So you will not have any doubt. The second one is perverseness, knowing the other way. Okay. And the third one was indecision, anyadyavasai. Sansai, vibram, anyadyavasai. These three blemishes are there, then it is a wrong knowledge. And if these three are not there, then only it is a right knowledge. Okay. So this serves a distinct purpose, and once that purpose is achieved, it is superseded by the subsequent point of view. So gradually we move from 1 to 4th. These 4 points of view progressively fulfill their mission of establishing discriminative knowledge at various levels. First level, second level, third level. Okay. So these 4 points of view helped us in understanding this much. Now, from the point of view of the discriminative knowledge, what does this 4 point of view means? So number 1, they are not mine. So what are not mine, Rajeshri ji? Picture.
Anything, sir. Nothing is mine.
Yes.
Except
Picture.
my soul. Nothing is mine.
Yes, yes. Very good. So number 1 was considering what is to be mine?
Only the soul.
No.
Number
number
one said my house, my family,
yes,
my
yes. Very good.
children.
Very good. Yes.
It
but
was
it's a conventional statement. It is not the real statement. Okay? But it is being serving the purpose that we leave ownership of other homes in the universe. Only my home is mine. Okay.
Yeah.
So that much limitations number 1 did. Then we move to number 2. This is not me. So what is not me? Number 2, what were the 2 components? The body and the karmas. Right?
the doer and the karma. Yeah.
No, not the doer. The body and the
doer.
Body and the karma.
Doer and the bearer of the doer and the bearer of it.
Yes, yes, right. Doer and bearer of it. Okay. Number 2 was body and karma. So this is not me. This is not my identity. Okay. So there also, this was the sense of discriminative knowledge. Then as we move on to the number 3. So number 3 contains 2 components. One is 100% toxic emotions and the other is partial pure substance. So what the number 3 says, I am not like them. Okay. So this much discriminative knowledge the number 3 has done. I am not like them. And when we went to the number 4, where we considered 100% pure modifications and the distinctiveness of the attributes. Okay. So number 4 said infinite attributes and pure modifications. I am not only this. Okay. Pure modifications are also momentary, and I am not momentary. I am eternal. Okay. So I am not like them. Number 3. Number 4, I am not only this. Now these 4 things defines the pure soul from different negative aspects. Okay. They are not mine. This is not me. I am not like them. I am not only this. Okay. So each of these 4 leads us to the pure soul. So there the discrimination has to be done between the pure soul and the subject matter of each conventional point of view. And that we already did. Okay. So now one more slide. Weightage of the 4 conventional point of view. So as we move on to from 1 to 2, the weightage keeps on increasing. 2 to 3, again it is increasing. Okay. Number 4, again it is increasing. So this is how So the figurative non-existence conventional point of view, while significant in its position, holds no sway compared to the literal, number 2, literal existent conventional point of view. Okay, literal non-existent is number 2. Okay, then when we move on to the number 3, likewise the figurative existent conventional point of view, that is number 3, carries more weight than its predecessor, but becomes obsolete in the presence of the number 4, literal existent conventional point of view. Okay, all of these point of view lose their validity when we will move on to the real point of view, nischay nahi. So now we are going to move to the nischay nahi. So when we move on to the nischay nahi, then all these 4 conventional point of view will lose its importance. Okay, all of these point of view lose their validity when discussing the real point of view, and that is what we are going to do next. Okay, so each point of view helped us to go towards our pure soul. Okay, and now with real point of view, we will see that actually we read there at number 8, where we are not looking at anything else other than pure soul. The subject matter of point number 8, point of view number 8, is only and only pure soul. And there you have to establish your stamp that I am this. This is my identity. And that's how the right belief manifest. Okay. So it's all very easy and very interesting also. Only thing is that you have to spend some time in reading this again and again. Then you will be able to connect. Earlier we were in small beginning classes, so everything was not that hard. But now we are in the 6th semester. So you also have to put in some efforts at your end. Maybe half an hour every day you read whatever is being taught in the class. You listen to the recording once more. Okay. And note down if you have any questions, we can definitely take those. Okay. So important points. Scriptures offer various perspective on the soul. But these descriptions based on different viewpoints should not be taken as absolute truth, as they can lead to delusion. So if it is not to be taken as absolute truth, then why do you discuss it in the first place? Because without describing the soul from the conventional point of view, you cannot get towards the real point of view. That is the limitations of Acharya. So they have to describe the soul from in this manner. Okay. But soul does not become like that. Soul always remain pure. Okay. So like this, we will move ahead. The primary aim of every scripture is to guide individuals towards recognizing their true self. Okay. The primary aim of every scripture, every Jinwani, is to guide individuals towards recognizing their true self, the pure soul, the unchangeable soul, the unaffected soul. Okay. It is important to develop the ability to discern underlying meanings, even those not explicitly stated. So when you understand in this manner, the doubts does not arise, the perverseness does not manifest, and indecision does not crop in. Okay. So your knowledge becomes absolutely right. Last among the important points, the ultimate goal is to experience the eternity, unchanging pure soul, unchangeable pure soul, and to perceive what the scriptures intended for us to understand and attain our pure state. Okay. So this summary I am not repeating because it's again same thing we have discussed time and again. So now let's close this one and we will move on to something about the real point of view. Okay. Now we are going to discuss the 4 real point of view. Okay. So I'll just share the chart again. 1 minute. the chart. So this is one chart. No, not this one, but the other one. 1 minute. Not this one, not this one. Not this one. Yes, this one. Where do I get the rotate option?
Showing a PT?
On
Top.
Is showing a PT or is it a book?
It's a single sheet. Let me first share, then we will see how we can
Yeah.
turn it around. Let me first share it. Okay. Okay. Now I need to share. Okay, this one. Yes. So how do I turn it around?
Your COs are on the right before, top right, before the pen.
Before
After
the
that,
pen.
after that, after that.
Okay,
After
this.
that. Yeah, this one.
Okay, fine. So you are able to see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So this is fine. So we discussed the 4 conventional point of view. Okay, this conventional point of view 4. I think it's full screen, or this is full screen. You are able to see, or I can just still increase something.
We are able to see.
Uh,
So, reading is little difficult, but we are
okay.
able to see it.
Shall I do zoom
Because
out?
if you zoom, no, I think you did maximum zoom, you're already done.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll have you're on the top, yeah, plus you'll have to do that.
Yes.
Little, this is the max, right? Yes.
Yes.
You can do little more.
How?
Plus. You're on
Plus.
the top. Yeah, one more. Bus.
Okay. Fine.
Hmm.
ठीक है.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So now we will be discussing the Nischay Nahi, real point of view. The PowerPoint presentation will be ready by next week. Okay. So then I will share again, but now we can manage with this also. So there are 4 real point of view. So as I said in number 3, there were 2 components, A and B. Okay. So the component A, 100% impure modification, toxic emotions, that when I combine with the soul becomes number 5. So it is a combination of 3 and 5, 35. Okay. So this is here, it is written Ashuddha Nischay Nahi, impure real point of view. So now just we are into real point of view. Okay. So impure real point of view. Okay. So what is the difference between number 3 and 5? In number 3, I was doing that I am the doer of anger. And number 5, what I will say, Subhaji? When you combine anger,
I'm hungry.
all, when you depict it as a oneness, then what you say? I am angry. I am angry. Very good. I am angry. Okay. So this is number 5. I am angry. Okay. So what does it contains? Knowledge or depiction of the soul as indistinguishable with its impure modifications. Okay. So all impure modification, we have one category. And when you combine it with the soul, it becomes number 5, impure real point of view. Mind you, in number 3, there were 2 components, 100% toxic, and the other one was partial pure point of view. So partial pure point of view is not included here. that will go into number 6. Okay, but here it is number 5, and number 5 contains all the impure modification and the soul combined together, indistinguishable with its impure modification. Okay, knowledge or definition of the soul as indistinguishable with its impure modification. Okay, so I am passionate, I am deluded, I am impure soul, I am worldly soul, I am mundane soul. All these are examples of number 5. Okay, let me see if I can explain you more. So this point of view, number 5, talks about the soul as one with its impure modification. All the impure modification, you take it in number 5 only. Okay, it says that the soul is passionate, soul is angry, soul is greedy, right? So on. So difference between number 3 and number 5 is that in number 3 we are depicting soul and anger as two different things, and describing the soul as the doer of anger. That was number 3. Here we are combining the soul and the anger together. Okay, make it as one entity, and I say I am angry. So now you realize the difference between 3 and 5. Everyone is clear? Okay, so one who looks after garden is a gardener. So one who looks after garden will be which number? Rajeshri ji.
3.
3, very good. And gardener?
5.
Very good. One who repairs the car? 3. Mechanic? 5. One who is the doer of anger? 3. Angry? 5. One who is the doer of greed? Number 3. And greedy? Number 5. Okay, so in this way you should understand. One must note here that this point of view, number 5, makes the statement about the whole substance, I am angry, based on its impurity. Okay, I am angry. He is considering the whole substance as angry. I am angry. Okay, even though the purity of the soul substance is present, even the soul remains pure all the time. Even when we were in one sensed being, we were pure. Okay, but this particular point of view makes the statement about the whole substance based on its impurity, even though the purity of the soul substance is present at that point of time. Here only impure modification is the prominent aspect. We are now ignoring the purity part of the substance. We are now highlighting only the impure modification here. Okay, and the purity of the substance is not being talked about. It is there, but we are not talked about because we are now considering only the impure modification is only the object of our description. Okay, so this is number 5. It talks about the soul as one with impure Shayopshamik bhav. Shayopshamik bhav means destructional come subsidential. Okay, so Shayopshamik bhav and Audik bhav. So Audik bhav is all rise of whatever impure modifications. Okay, so soul is one with its Shayopshamik bhav and Audik bhav. Then next point, this point of view accepts all these will be presented to you in the PowerPoint slides. Okay, just like as we had in conventional point of view, the real point of view is also there. It's under corrections, but hopefully by first of all they will release these things, and you will also get an article on the GU platform explaining this. Okay.
Hey, excuse me, Jay, one small doubt. Right? If it is impure modification, only it will be Audaik Bhav. No?
But Shayopshamic Bhav is also, Shayopshamic Bhav is of two types, impure Shayopshamic Bhav, which the ignorant being has, and also the right believer has got Shayopshamic Bhav,
Yeah.
which has got partial purity. So we are considering here impure Shayopshamic Bhav and Audaik Bhav. Okay. So Shayopshamic Bhav has two categories. So the partial pure Shayopshamic Bhav will be considered in the number 6. Okay. So now we are discussing number 5. This point of view accepts the existence of delusion. Then attachments, aversions, all types of passions in the soul itself. As a result, worldly happiness and misery are caused purely by the soul. This considers the soul as the cause of this misery and happiness. Therefore, it is the responsibility of the soul to make an effort to destroy these impure sentiments, because these impure sentiments are not our inherent nature. It has just cropped up because of karmas, because of our external inclinations, and because of forgetting our pure soul nature. Okay. So the soul takes the responsibility of that, and soul also takes the responsibility of removing these impure modifications. Since this point of view talks about only impure modification, it is called Ashuddha. And because it describes the modification of a substance as its own, therefore it is Nischay. So Ashuddha, Nischay, and Nai, it is only one standpoint. Hence it is known as Nai. This justifies its name of Ashuddha Nischay Nai. Okay. Impure real point of view. This Nai depicts the soul as one with its impure sentiments, thereby making it responsible for his own flaws. It does not accept the doership of karmas and says that the soul is suffering because of his own passion and delusion and not because of karma. Because karma part we already discussed in number 2. Now we are into 5. So we cannot say that karmas are responsible for what is happening in the modification of my soul. Okay. Karmas are inanimate matter particles, right? And as such not capable of causing any harm to the soul. Thus, the responsibility of the soul's flaws is completely put on the soul itself. It tells us that the soul is completely independent, whether it suffers in the mundane existence or whether it makes effort for liberation. Soul is independent. Okay. This acceptance of one's fault is the first step to get rid of them. This point of view tells that because you have made mistakes, you have borne fruit of that, and now you yourself have to make an effort in the right direction to get rid of all these flaws and impure modifications. If we negate this point of view, okay, completely, then soul is not responsible for any flaws. Okay. So this point of view gives the responsibility of flaws into the soul. Okay. There is no presence of impurity, so there is no question of getting rid of it. Okay. If these impure sentiments were completely separate from the soul, there would be no influx or bondage, and hence no question for attainment of liberation, which is against the principle. That is why we have to accept that impurity exists in the soul itself, although from one standpoint of view. The next point, this point of view applies soul from which stage to which stage? Any guesses, Subhaji? 1 to 12 stage. Okay, because up to 12 stage, impurity is there. When you reach the 12th stage, all the impurities have gone. So, even when you have not manifested omniscience knowledge, which is in the 13th, it is still considered impure modification. Okay. At the 12th stage, although your conduct has completely become pure, but in terms of knowledge, the omniscience will happen only in the 13th. So your knowledge is still incomplete. Okay. So that's why from first spiritual stage of existence to the 12th stage of spiritual existence, this point of view applies to all. Sorry. So 1 to 12 stage will be a part of this number 5. When we move on to number 6, you tell me from which stage to which stage, okay? But still last 2 points of number 5. The weightage of truth is more than the conventional point of view, but less than the next point of view, that is number 6, okay? In conclusion, we can state that making the soul realize its flaws and inspiring it to take action is the main purpose of this point of view. It tells the soul to renounce sinful behavior and adopt a virtuous one, making constant effort to attain liberation. Okay, so this is all we need to discuss about number 5. All the points that I have discussed will be part of the PowerPoint presentation that is coming up on the 1st. So you can write it down if you want from the recording. Otherwise, just wait. You will anyways get it. And in the textbook also it is mentioned, but this is very comprehensive. Okay. The textbook is also there. Main points would be always there, but this has been made after doing lot of research. We have at least 5 different scriptures we have studied, and then we have taken up these points. Okay, so this is very easy and most practical. Okay, so you will be able to connect to this more. So it is better that you write down the points according to this. Now, if you read the textbook when I share it with you, you'll be able to understand everything, provided you have understood this chart. Okay, now moving on to the number 6. Number 6 is partial pure real point of view. So in number 3, there were 2 components. 35 is done. Now 36. The second part, 3b, what it was? Partial pure modification. Now that partial pure modification and soul, if we merge these together, then it becomes number 6. Okay. So it will be, I am a right believer. I am a right knowledger. I am a right conductor. Okay. All these are from number 6. Knowledge or depiction of the soul as indistinguishable with its partially pure modification. Okay. So pure soul has been combined with the partial pure modification, and we have arrived at number 6. Partial pure real point of view. The examples given here is right believer. Okay. Then what else is given? Householder holding the 11th stage of woes. Okay. Pratima. So that is Ellak and Shulak. Also the Arjika Mata. That also would be here only. Okay. That is Arjika Mata is in the 5th stage. So she will be also a part of this number 6. Then householder with woes, Anuvrati. Okay, that also I've just now discussed. So which spiritual stage? From 4th to 12th. Can anybody justify this, why it is 4th to 12th?
Because from 4 to 12 they are subject Rishi, am I right?
Yes. So from the 4th only the right believer starts, right? So the purity starts from 4th and it goes up to 12th. So that's why it is 4th to 12th. Very good. And the last point is conventional point of view. Conventional point of view, why? Because when we go to the next one, number 7, number 6 will become conventional point of view. Okay. So the weightage of truth is increasing. From 4th, the 5th weightage was more. 6th, the weightage is more than the fifth. Now we move on to the seventh, then the weightage will be always more. Okay. So few more points about number 6, which has not been written here. This point of view establishes oneness of the substance with its partially pure modification. Okay, oneness of the soul with partial pure modification. From this point of view, a soul with right belief is a right believer. Okay, or a realized soul. It depicts the soul as completely pure based on partial purity that has manifested and completely ignores the impurity. Okay, number 6 completely ignores the impurity. It talks about the opshamic and pure sapshamic bhav. So number 5 was impure opshamic bhav. Okay, now here it is considering the pure sapshamic bhav. Okay, so it talks about the opshamic bhav, which is again a pure modification, and pure sapshamic bhav as being of the soul, and thus the right believer is opshamic samyak drashti or sapshamic samyak drashti from this point of view. Next, since this point of view talks only about partial purity in modification, it is called ek desh shuddh, partial. And because it talks of oneness between the substance and the modification, it is called nischay. Also, this is only one standpoint, that is why it is nai. So this justifies the name ek desh shuddh nischay nai, partially pure real point of view. This point of view describes the soul as one with its partial pure modification. So the seeker is known as an enlightened soul. The monk, the layman, the laywoman, shulak, elak, all comes under this point of view. If we do not accept this point of view, the journey of the seeker on the path of liberation gets negated. And thus the path of liberation gets negated, which is not true. Even though the impurity arose in the soul itself, focusing on it will never result in purity. That is why this point of view states that the soul is one with its pure modification and helps in removal of the impurity, because the impurity has been ignored. Now this particular number 6 is only considering the partial purity of the soul. It says that worldly happiness and miseries are the work of karma, attachments and aversions are due to karma, and the soul is completely pure. Okay, so number 6 gives all responsibilities on the head of karma. Okay, and considers soul as completely pure. Therefore, the soul who was depressed, thinking that he is impure, full of faults, is reassured that nothing has been lost. He can focus on his pure nature and experience the blissful state in this modification itself. Okay. So this is all about number 6. Now we move on to the number 7th. Shakshat Suddha Nischay, completely pure real point of view. Okay. So this point of view establishes oneness of the soul with its completely pure modification, 100% pure modification. So 4 has got two components, 100% pure modification and distinctions of attributes, gun bhed. Okay. So 4 combined with 7 becomes 47. Okay. So 100% pure modification has been merged with the soul, and we come up with Sakshat Suddha Nischay, completely pure real point of view. And the best examples are Aryant and the Siddhas. They have conquered, Aryant has conquered 4 Ghati karmas, obscuring karmas, and Siddh Bhagwan has conquered all the 8 karmas. Okay, and they have attained the pure state. It says the soul is one with its Saik Bhav. Now this number 7 will consider Saik Bhav. Okay, because Saik Bhav is 100% complete modification and completely pure in its manifestation. from this point of view, shy right believer is said to be as happy as liberated soul. So he is called liberated from the viewpoint of right belief. This point of view does not accept worldly happiness or misery and denotes that attachments and aversions do not arise at all in the soul, because it is considering only 100% pure modification. So all the impure modification does not arise in the soul. That is what this Nai has to say. It just focuses on the pure, liberated, complete state of the soul, which forms the ultimate goal of every seeker. So this is number 7. So you can see on the chart, omniscient, Siddh Bhagwan, Karya Jeev, Karya Paramatma. Okay. Then we have Supreme Soul. Okay. God, Supreme Soul, Supreme God, Paramatma. All these are modifications. Okay. Then we have those having indestructible right belief. That is Shaik Samyak Drishti. Okay. Applicable from 4th to 12th. So these are all we were discussing here. Why from 4th to 12th? Subhaji, number 7. In number 7, why again it is 4th to 12th? Because of Shaik Samyak Darshan. Okay. So Shaik Samyak Darshan begins from 4th. So that's why it is 100% pure modification from 4th to 12th. Okay. So that's why it is 4th. Otherwise, it could have gone beyond 7th. But just because Shaik Samyak Drishti can be had. Bharat Chakravarti was a Shaik Samyak Drishti. Ramchandraji was a Shaik Samyak Drishti. Okay. Bahubali was Shaik Samyak Drishti. Yeah. Destructional right belief. Yeah. What you were saying, Subhaji? Nothing. Okay. The pure states of Aryant and Siddhas that are described by this point of view shows us the pure state of our own soul and make us believe in the existence of such blissful states. So these Aryant and Siddh Bhagwan were like us one day, and from there they rose and they completed their path, and now they have got liberated. And we can also do that. Okay, this instills us in a confidence that no matter we have been to 1 sense, 2 sense, and we have been transmigrating from time immemorial. But when we get to the right path, we can get liberated very soon. And Aryant and Siddh Bhagwan are an example of it. Okay. Each and every soul has the potential to manifest this purity. Hence, the mundane, ignorant soul makes effort to attain that. It inspires us to begin our journey and take it to completion like all the souls who are Siddha have done before us. Now the last point is about the weightage of truth. So weightage of truth is more than the 6th. But when we move on to the number 8, this will also become conventional point of view. Okay. So that is mentioned as the last point. Now the last one, Param Shuddha Nischay Nahi, very important. Okay. Param Shuddha Nischay Nahi, supreme, pure, real point of view. This is the king of all point of view. Why? Because 1 to 7, as we move on to the next one, the earlier was considered Vyavhar, conventional. But this is number 8. Nobody can make this as conventional because there is nobody above it. So it is called the king of all point of view. Nothing beyond this. Okay. So this point of view is the one indivisible, absolute, real point of view whose shelter will allow us to experience the true, pure nature of our soul. Okay. So this point of view is the one indivisible, absolute, real point of view, whose shelter will allow us to experience the true, pure nature of our soul. Okay. So number 8. A skilled craftsman is able to visualize an idol in the stone itself. Okay. So all the pratimas come from Jaipur, and in Jaipur there is a special skilled workers who are able to make this pratima. So initially this pratima is a big rock, and from that rock they wipe out the unwanted portions, and that is how a pratima is carved from the rock. Okay. But when it is a rock, a skilled craftsman is able to visualize an idol in the stone itself. And with that vision, he is able to carve out the idol with utmost perfection. Okay. A costume designer is able to visualize an outfit from cloth pieces and other items. In the same way, this point of view tells us to see our soul substance as that pure, eternal element who has never been touched by any impurity in this worldly mundane existence itself. When we are able to take shelter of such a soul substance, all the pure modification automatically follow. Okay. So this really establishes the real nature of the soul. Okay. The pure nature. Scriptures mention such a soul substance by several different names like Karan Shuddh Paramatma, Gunarthanatit Bhagwan, okay, devoid of any spiritual stage. Then Adinath, sorry, not Adinath, Anadinath. Adinath was the first Tirthankar. And who are we? We are Anadinath. No beginning. We are already God from beginningless time. Our godhood never went down. We always remained pure. We transmigrated into different spaces, different states of existence, different species. But our pure soul remained pure all the time. Not a single impurity has entered us. Okay. What other names you can give? Bana Banaya Bhagwan. Okay. So it is not something that we have to made. We are already self-made God. Bana Banaya Bhagwan. Then Shuddha Buddha Chaitanya Ghan, Srimad Ji said in his Atma Siddhi, Shuddha Buddha Chaitanya Ghan, Swayam Jyoti Sukadam. So by this particular line, he means the pure soul, number 8. This defines the number 8. Shuddha Buddha Chaitanya Ghan, Swayam Jyoti Sukadam. Then the other names are Sahajanandi, Sahajatma Swarup, Siddh Saman Sada Padmero, ज्ञानानंद स्वभावी, त्रिकाली ध्रुव, ज्ञाता दृष्टा, ज्ञान का ज्ञे. One day I shared around 25 names for this pure soul. All are applicable here. Okay. It denotes the soul from the point of view of the eternally pure Param Parinamic Bhav, unchangeable entity. Okay. Unchangeable entity. Param Parinamic Bhav that is found in all the souls from Nigod state, that is one sensed being, to Siddh Dasha. All the souls, all these stages has pure soul as the inherent nature. It includes all souls present in first to 14th stages of spiritual development. That means it encompasses all kinds of living beings. Okay. It talks about the unchangeable dhruv part of the substance that remains constant, unaffected by material karmas, feeling karmas, psychic karmas, quasi karmas. Okay. So this pure soul remains unaffected, uninfluenced This soul substance is separate from all other substance like other living beings and matter. It is separate from influx, bondage, stoppage, and dissociation too. Okay? Because all these are part of modification. And this is only pure substance. Okay? In fact, it has never been found and does not need to be liberated. Now, this is very good. जो कभी अशुद्ध हुआ नहीं, जिसे कभी शुद्ध होना नहीं. That is number 8. It never became impure and it does not want to become pure also. Now, can you give me an answer why it does not want to become pure? Rajeshri ji.
Because it's already pure, sir.
Arey wah, very good. You have won my heart, you know. Now you have, I can say you have understood better. Okay, it never became impure. So there is no need to make it pure. It is already pure. Okay. In Niyam Sarji, in verse number 38, there is a word in Sanskrit called Pragev Shuddham. जो पहले से ही शुद्ध है. The one which is pure from the beginning itself. Okay. So this is the voice of number 8. In fact, it has never been bound, कभी बंधा नहीं है, and does not need to be liberated. It sees no distinction of itself with its attributes and is one unbreakable eternal element. This soul element is my true nature. This is my true nature. This is where I need to do oneness with. This is where I need to establish my identity in it. Okay? This soul element is my true nature, and making us take its shelter is the ultimate aim of all the scriptures. So if you learn to take shelter in this pure soul, then you have read all the scriptures of Jainism. Okay? Because all scriptures describe this only. And if you have achieved this, then you have read everything. And if you have not achieved this, then even if you have read the whole Dvat Sang, it is still the wrong knowledge. Okay? In reality, the soul is neither created nor can be destroyed, cannot bind karmas and does not need to destroy them. Okay? It cannot bind karmas. It is always pure and it does not need to destroy them. When it has not bound the karmas, no need to destroy also. Okay? It is actually a non-doer, akarta swabhav, and non-bearer, abhokta. Okay? Akarta, abhokta. Non-bearer, non-doer. From the absolute point of view. Thus, we see that this point of view describes the substance according to its true nature, swabhav, and not from any modification. Okay? This point of view establishes oneness of the substance with its attributes. Hence, it is nischay. And it talks about the soul from the point of view of eternally pure param parinamic bhav. That is why it is param shuddh. And this is just one standpoint. That is why it is nai. This justifies the name param shuddh nischay nai. It denotes that the existence of this soul is from eternity and till eternity. Anadi Anant. Eternity till eternity. Anadi se hai, Anant kal tak rahega. We are totally secured. There is no reason to feel depressed, bad by looking at temporary modifications. Because every problem is in the modification. But we are not the modification. We are the pure soul. So where we exist, there is no problem at all. Okay? So this is how you should discriminate. And describing it from the point of view of Shaik Bhav makes it only Anant. Okay? That is why it negates number 7. Sakshat Suddh Nischay, completely pure real point of view. Okay? and establishes oneness with the pure substance which remains constant through all times. Such a soul substance, as denoted by Param Shuddha Nischayana, that is number 8, is the ultimate shelter worthy entity. Ultimate shelter worthy entity. Its shelter results in right belief, right knowledge, right conduct, stoppage, dissociation, liberation, omniscient stage, and liberated state. Okay. Shelter in 5 supreme beings, Panch Parmeshti, cannot give us liberation. But when we take shelter in our pure soul, we can get liberated. Last point. It tells us to only see the purity of the substance and not the impurity or weakness in the modification. Such a substance is always available to every living being, only if he focuses on it, looks at it from that angle. So there is a very good verse in Sem6 186. You write down the point, you write down the verse number 186. It says, I'm first telling in Hindi, जो शुद्ध जाने आत्मा को वह शुद्धता को प्राप्त करे और जो अशुद्ध जाने आत्मा को वो अशुद्धता प्राप्त करे. Okay, I'll send you the English translation also in just a minute. Yes. So one is the different names that I shared that I'm also sharing here. And yes, what's number 186. One who knows I am pure attains purity. One who knows I am impure attains impurity. Okay. So these two I am sending in the group right now. So you can have a look at it. And yes, I shared it earlier also, but I'm again sharing it. Okay. The last point, the weightage of truth is of course more than all the other 7. And okay. And is the king, undefeated king of all the points of view. There are further discussions on this that we are going to take up tomorrow. Okay. And hopefully we will be closing this paper. Okay. But still the textbook remains, so that we will take up the next week and try to finish in the next week itself, because then we'll only be reading your homework of CC2 based on this chart. Okay. So all the points that I've discussed, you can jot it down and write it in your CC2. Okay. And show us this chart also. Otherwise, you can write in text form. Okay. And the other chart that I have shared you, okay, 1 to 8, that you can share in the, that you can make on your, by your own hand. Okay. So that will also be very fine. Okay. So hope you have start doing your homework from today itself. Okay. And tomorrow I'll give you the homework. Your date will start from tomorrow, 21 days from tomorrow. So you will have sufficient time. But nevertheless, you have to read it again and again. See, there is no shortcut in Jainism. Okay. Something you are not able to make out is just because you have not put in efforts. So the effort is in terms of reading only. Reading, contemplating, taking decisions. So if you read it again and again, then it becomes very clear. The day I started teaching you in English, although I knew the contents, but the words were not coming out. But with practice, now I'm able to express better. Okay. Day by day, my expressing power is increasing, but it all happens gradually. So similarly, you have to study this Jinvani on a day-to-day basis every day. Okay. And every day you will be a improved version of yours. Okay. Gradually. So this is all we have to share for today. And tomorrow we will again discuss number 8. Because number 8 is so important, because we have to establish our identity into number 8. Okay. And that is why we discussed the first 7 also. To discriminate from those 7 and come towards 8 was the ultimate objective. Okay. So we started with number 1, my family, my house, my such a gross conventional statement. And gradually we move on towards our soul. And when we came to number 8, that is where you need to establish your identity. And that pure soul has never become impure. And he does not want to become pure also, because it is already pure. If something is impure, then he would say that I want to become pure. But he is completely pure itself from the beginning. Okay. So just read a bit, and tomorrow we will connect again to finish off this paper. Okay. From the charts, from the PowerPoint presentations, we have not touched the textbook now, but next week we will be doing from textbook also, because the filling the blanks, the true and false, those comes from the textbook, right? So we will brush up that also uh, in the next week, and then we will be good for this. Okay. And then our third paper will be on the 14 spiritual stages, Gunasthan. Okay. So that will be paper 3. That also I am undergoing corrections right now. I don't know how fast I will be able to do it, but at least the first part we can gradually take it up. Okay. But it's also very interesting, and we'll be doing a justice to that also.
So can I just put in a word, sir?
Yes, yes.
I don't think so. We will get a better teacher than you, who has been gone to any length to see that we understand. I just think it's.
See, that is my
Yeah.
endeavor. But having said that, I will. I have still some shortfalls in me, and
No, but
Those
you're going
is
out of the way to see that
exactly
we all
correct.
understand. Yeah.
Absolutely, going to any length to ensure that your students are getting support and knowledge. And this is what I have been telling everybody since the past 5 semesters. Whoever has had little issues here and there, I have been telling them that if you see this side of Sir, somebody who doesn't know English, who learned English so that he could teach us because there was nobody available to teach in this language.
so
Where
tomorrow,
you get this?
see, I am looking for seekers, whom you can explain, those who want to understand, right? So for me, you are the motivating factor to go deep into my own studies. Tomorrow I am going to Mulund. Where is Mulund? I am in Borivali. So I have to go to Dadar, and from there I have to change a train. I will go to Mulund to teach 7 Deravasi Sadhu Maharaj. They want to understand. Now they don't have access to the scriptures, and I'm already teaching 3 in Borivali, Sadhvijis, and this is new assignment coming up. I'm going tomorrow for the first time, and I will see what is their level of understanding and what they want to learn. So why I'm going? It takes 2 hours from go to Borivali to,
One way, 2 hours.
yeah, one way 2 hours. But still, because I know it's just the one twist in life that makes all the difference. One way you are going to the doom, and the other way you progress to and become a god. Okay. So whoever is a seeker from any place, anywhere, I'm always there to help him out, provided you have the interest, then I can go at any length. And that everyone goes. Somebody worked on me, so I got this knowledge, and I cannot give anything back to them. So my way would be to forward it to others, and your way would be to forward to others. You can also become an ambassador to this spread of knowledge. And although this English is a bit difficult, but in my earlier batches, now Vijal Shet and all, they are my student. So from student, they become a teacher, right? So if you study very seriously, you can also become a teacher, and you can also contribute to, somebody's life. And that's what the ecosystem that we want to develop, because this Jin Shashan is going to go for 18,500 years. The 5th era, the complete 5th era, the Jainism will be there. Although gradually the time is going to deteriorate, and there will be less people getting into this, but nevertheless it will be there. Okay, so this is going to go on, and we are just becoming a part of that ecosystem. Okay, so happy reading, and tomorrow we'll
Thank you, Rajashri ji, for bringing this up.
Thank you. निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत